Hi, this is Kate, and welcome to the Ordinary Earth Song. I hope you're all well. Right, we're going to do a reading today that is going to be a pick a card. We're going to use Cosmic Magic Oracle as the indicators. Bum, 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 bum. As you can tell, the usual amount of planning has gone into this. I was just meditating, and I had the thought came through that I needed to do some readings, and that they should be titled "You Don't Want to Watch This," or "You Don't Need to Watch This," or something along those lines. So it's going to be an interesting reading, so we'll see what happens. Well, I think it's going to be interesting. Who knows? Nothing's coming out. Are these not the indicator cards? Why am I? Okay, randomly pick 3 cards. Okay, I'm going to split the decks. The bottoms, Jupiter Luck. Top, Uranus Rebellion. And Pisces Intuition. Interesting. Okay. Random picks. Well, they're always random, aren't they? But I guess the ones you pick are the ones that are meant to come out. So let's think. So, Group 1, Luck. Group 2, Rebellion. And Group 3, Intuition. So we've got 2 planets and a star sign. Okay. So, let's think about. Think of your group, which group or groups resonates with you, and I will see you in your reading. Okay, Group 1, you picked Jupiter, Luck. Pop that in the middle. And I'm going to read. Let's read the book, shall we? See what the book says about this card. 23. Considering that this is you don't need to watch this reading, it's interesting. A lone 4-leaf clover waiting for you in a field, a ladybug landing on your windowsill, a rainbow after a harsh storm. There are lots of things around the world that symbolise good luck, and we have a cosmic symbol in the sky for luck as well, Jupiter. I never really thought of Jupiter as a lucky planet. I don't know why. I don't know why I would, to be honest with you. Well, why would that ever come up? I have no idea. Think of Jupiter as the fairy godmother in astrology, sending blessings and making all your wishes and dreams come true. Aww. Jupiter is the planet of luck, good fortune, abundance and expansion. It is a traditional planetary ruler of Sagittarius and Pisces. Pisces. And that's group 3. And it governs over the 9th house of expansion. Jupiter is all about that good, plentiful energy, and it brings with it a vibe of optimism and hope. The Jupiter card is here to remind you that you are lucky, that you are deserving of good things, that blessings, abundance, and prosperity are yours for the taking, and that even during times when things feel grim, gratitude can always be found. Okay, good. So Jupiter is the fairy godmother, eh? This is a reminder that we are lucky. That's nice, isn't it? We're lucky. I don't know why I'm feeling so weird about this reading. So, Wisdom of the Oracle. I think it's because I've got this thing in the back of my head. You don't need to watch this. You don't need to see it. You don't need to know this. Don't need to know this. Why wouldn't you need to know this? Oh, Jupiter is there all the time. It's there. I want to say Saturn is there all the time as well. It's there all the time. You're being told that you're lucky. By a higher power. There is a higher power. Number 4. Luck. Chop wood. A broom. It's a broom. Do the work. Higher power. Luck. Chop wood. You don't need to know this. Why wouldn't you need to know this? What I mean, don't watch this. You don't need to know this. Because it's always there. Higher power is always there. Luck is always there in one form or another. Hard work is always there, one form or another. These things are always there. Is this what all the readings are going to be like? No, it can't be. I'm just getting this impression of things are always there. They're just always present. You don't need to be told stuff because it's always there. It's in you. Chop wood. Okay, I'm being asked to read chop wood. Let's see. And I think maybe that card. Let's see, 42. This way. 48, gone too far. 43, 42. Being grounded in everyday experience, humility. Hard work, humility, being grounded. Grounded in the higher self. Grounded in the now. Grounded in... We're always looking for being told that we are special, we're chosen, we're lucky, we're going to get this, we're going to achieve that, we're going to ascend, we're going to awaken, we're going to reach the next level, the next dimension, etc., etc. But they're always there. It's always there. It's just the mind. It's the mind. The layer of self that needs to learn to connect to the higher self, the source, the everything, to realise that everything is already there. We're already lucky. We've already got all the things. Our perception of who we are and the way we live and our connection to other things, everything around us, everything. Our perception of that is the only thing that prevents us from really connecting into the fact we've already got it. We've already got this. It's already there. There's something about grounding into the energy of who we are and what we are to achieve this understanding. Okay. Fab. Are we doing tarot? Or are we doing any other cards? We're doing tarot. I'll get his cards back in the box. Sort it out, Kate. Seriously. Right. We're using those ones. Okay. We can use those ones. And can you use those ones? Wild Reflections Tarot. We've already got this. We're always seeking to be told this. We're always seeking to have more information, more guidance, more understanding. But we've already got this. Which is why we don't need to be told it again and again and again. But then we look for it, we seek it. We're always looking for that extra bit of information that's going to help us reach that level, or that level of understanding, or the reminder. It's a constant reminder, I guess. Readings are a constant reminder. Oh, Six of Cups. That's nice. Look at that. It's this constant reminder of the relationships between everything. Connection. You know, I love these cards. I saw someone do a reading the other day. I don't know what cards they were using. I don't have them. They were using these cards. Everybody in the deck was white. They were white, model-esque, blue-eyed, blonde-haired. It was just like, wow. Not very inclusive at all. It's just not very representative of humanity as a whole. It disturbed me actually watching them being used, because I was just like, what is going on there? It's just so unrealistic. It's so not real. It's so, I don't know, pompous, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Oh, Nine of Swords. Difficulty sleeping, difficulty connecting, difficulty understanding. There's a dark storm. It's coming to an end, though. It's coming to an end of understanding. It's coming to an end of judgment. Temperance at the bottom. So I thought that was judgment then. It's coming to an end. This misalignment. It's coming to the end with the power of connection. Not just with other people, but with yourself. The sun. And that higher connection to the source of life. That giver of light and light and light and light and light and light and light. I don't know why that came out. Life. Because we're already alive, right? But we're at a place where we are despondent. It's difficult, where we are coming to the end of a difficult phase, and that ending in and of itself can feel quite hard, because it means moving on, it means letting go of something, it means moving into a new reality, and that can be difficult, but it can be achieved by realizing you don't always need to be told what it is you need to know. If you ground, you have the ability to ground into the higher self. It's not just grounding into the earth. The earth is the universe, the earth is energy. We are all energy. You ground into the energy, you're grounding into the higher self. You connect, nurture the connection. So we're coming to the end of an inability to connect, or maybe it's an inability to let go of the guidance provided by other people, to find your own inner strength and light. So, I just saw a card. Oh, I did. Ah. Ace of Cups was wrong way around in the deck. Ace of Cups. There's a pearl of wisdom, pearl of knowledge, pearl of wealth and abundance and luck, right? It's lucky to find a pearl, I guess. Not so lucky for the clam, because obviously they've lived with the irritation of creating a pearl in the first place. The irritation of creating a pearl. Endings, new beginnings. From the irritation, from the difficulty, from the hardship, from whatever has come before, comes this pearl of wisdom. Inner wisdom, inner guidance, inner trust, inner connection. And you're not trying to connect to something that's alien or different or other than you. You're just trying to connect to you, who you already are, what you already are, because you're made of it. You're made of the universe. You're made of the higher self. You're made of source. You're made of all that is. You're made of it. You've got a layer of mind, a layer of ego that's saying it's difficult to connect to something that you already are. You're already it. You can definitely connect to it because you are it. You've just forgotten that. You've forgotten the connection. Don't let the fact that you've forgotten it stop you from connecting to it. Allow it to happen. Allow yourself to relax into it. Just relax into it. Simply say to yourself when you're meditating or whatever it is you do, simply say to yourself, show me the way to connect to you. Allow the connection. Ask for help from your inner guidance system. And temporarily move yourself to one side to allow that to happen. There's another card that's the wrong way around. The Lovers. See, this is connection. This is trust. This is love. This is relationship. This is deep, and it is embedded in the soul. It's embedded in who you are. It is you. You are this. You don't need to be told this. You already know it. You may have forgotten that you know it, but you do know it. It's right there. Anything else for group 1, please? It might be shorter readings today. Nothing else for group 1. Thank you very much. I think that's the reading. You don't need to know. You don't need to be told this. You might need to be reminded of it every now and then. I mean, it's nice to be reminded, and it's nice to be honest with you, it is nice to watch readings and just get someone else's confirmation about stuff, or kind of validation about things, where you can free your mind to think about other stuff other than everyday human things. It's expanding the mind, and it's allowing new thoughts, it's allowing growth, it's allowing a place to start from. But the inner guidance is the key to not only connecting to self, but finding a means to be self in awareness and wakefulness and without forgetting. If that's what you're looking for, that's a powerful thing, right? It's powerful because it is the power of knowing who you are. And there's nothing more powerful than that, right? There's nothing more powerful than being able to move through life with the love and trust and connection and everything else that you get from knowing, from just knowing who you are. And the choices that you make become in awareness of that, and which can only lead to joy, love, and abundance. So, fly forth, do your thing. It's awesome. That's it, group one. Group one, that was you. I am going to move on to group two. I just need to put these cards back in the deck randomly. Clear the deck. Pop these back in here. Am I using the same cards for all of them? I don't know, actually. I have no idea. It's a good question. I'm going to use the same tarot. I'm not sure if I'm going to use Wisdom of the Oracle again. Group two. You chose Rebellion. But you don't need to know this. You do not need to know this. I think that's part of the rebellion. Yeah, the rebellion is not following the same path as everybody else. It feels like finding your own way. It feels like going against the grain. Or not so much going against the grain, but finding alternative ways. And to do that, we're going to look at Beyond Lemuria cards, which is a deck I love, rarely use. So this should be interesting. I now have boxes everywhere. Just popping these cards back. Obviously, I did a reading of these a little while back, and I think these cards popped up because Rebellion, it feels alternative, non-conformist, if you like. So let's, oh my goodness. Right. Okay, that card. Manifestia. Manifesting. I just heard a skill to manifest forwards into a new oblivion. What? Into a new oblivion of self. And willing that forwards into a new way of thinking, a new way of living, a new way of being. So this group feels like real alternative living, or a real alternative way of seeing and doing things, which probably feels and looks like rebellion according to other people. Who gives a shit what they think, right? Do your thing. So it feels exciting, you know, it feels different and abundant, an abundance of free thought and creation. It came out as 3, as the number 3, not free. Free thought and abundance creation. Ether, the seamless, unspeakable. Ooh. This leads to connection. The seamless, unspeakable feels like, I love this card. My goodness, that is gorgeous. Look how beautiful that is. Wow. The seamless, unspeakable. It's like a layer of, understanding of the energy of all things connected, of source, of 0 point consciousness, of just conscious awareness of the universe, of whatever you call it. Ether, it's the energy underlying all things, and it's the unspeakable because it can't be described. As soon as you try to describe it, the words destroy the image because the words are limiting it to something that it isn't wholeheartedly that. It is something that is not spoken. It is something that is not defined. It is something that is free of definition. Anything else for group 2 from this deck, please? Anything else at all? This feels, my heart's singing right now. It feels glorious, and it feels yeah, it feels lovely, quite frankly. This rebellion feels lovely. It feels conducive. It feels conductive. It's going beyond the mind from the bottom of the deck. I might need to these a little bit. I don't know why there's not enough space. Put that there. Beyond the mind. It's beyond the mind. It's beyond the ability of the mind to decipher and discern and describe. But this is a rebellion of the mind. It's a rebellion beyond the mind. It's a rebellion out of the mind. Out of language. Out of the use of and the need to limit something to a specific description. Because the seamless, unspeakable, the ether, it's something that it's all things. But that means it's all things that we can't describe as well as all things we can describe. We can't describe everything because we don't know everything. We also can't properly describe anything that's in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever dimension above ours because we can't physically. We can interact with it, but we would only be able to see it from the 3D perspective that we have. So we're not seeing it in its reality. We're seeing an interpretation of it from our own ability to witness it and to interpret what we're seeing. So that's why the ether is unspeakable. It's because it can't be described by someone who's in the 3D with the 3D perspective. What else have we got? Group 2, please. I mean, whatever it is you're doing is awesome. Page of Pentacles. Chilling and relaxing. and Temperance. Balance. It's discernment, and it is... This is like dreamlike state of being. Almost romantic, if you like. It feels romantic. It feels like it's contemplating the flower and thinking about somebody, something. Is that what it is? Is that just part of it? It's a contemplation of all things. It's not a lover, it's life. It's bringing in the energy. Balance and flow. The Hermit. Five of Cups. Oh my goodness. The Hermit. The High Priestess. And the Five of Cups. So, this is a powerful journey, right? A really powerful journey that leads to change. Leads to change. The change is moving from despondency, not appreciating what's around you, moving into connecting to those things that are around you. It's interesting this card came out last. It feels like this is where you come from. This is the reason you're taking this journey, or taking this journey. Because this journey is going to lead somewhere. And part of the journey has been to really contemplate, to find balance, to go into yourself in hermit mode and really connect into that energy that is within, to find your power. So this is the starting point. And it's interesting that fell on Beyond the Mind, because this feels like the mind. It feels like the mind. Dissatisfaction. That's what it feels like. And that sits in the mind, right? So it feels like we're going, sort of starting point here. This is the reasons here. So the reasons forefront, the reasons at the reasons on the mind. Is the reason going to hold you back from achieving this? Could do. What I mean by that is, if we focus on the reason, if the focus is always on the reason for this journey, for this thinking, for this contemplation, then we're always being drawn back to the circumstances of the reason. Does that make sense? We're always being, this is always on the mind, the reason. And that it's good to have a reason, it's motivation, and it keeps us going. But at what point does the reason become the cause of something being defined that doesn't need to be defined? It's defined as a solution. As soon as it's defined as the solution, it's not the unseen, it's not the unknowable, it's not the unspeakable anymore. It's a solution. But it's more than a solution. It's connecting to reality. Wheel of Fortune. Wow, okay. What is Major Arcana? Wheel of Fortune. And the Nine of Cups was on the bottom of the deck. Happy ending. Wheel of Fortune comes around, goes around. stay motivated for sure. But you need to allow the change to happen. And once the change has happened, you need to sort of find a way to let that go, because the motivation becomes the reality. The motivation is who you are now. You don't need to keep going back to this reason for the journey in the first place. This got you to this point. This got you there. It's no longer needed. When you get to this point and you start really getting into the experience of it, this then becomes the journey, and this becomes its own motivation. You don't need other motivation anymore. It was a memory that was there and it got you to this point, but you don't need it to move forward. I think that's the message here. You don't need it. My goodness. Okay, fantastic. You don't need that. You don't need to keep going back around the reasons, because you can step forward, and once you step forward and you're in the journey, this becomes its own motivation, because you become new, you become different, you become super different, because this journey in particular is it's connected. You're gonna have the ability to see and really feel into and get your hands on this unspeakable thing that you will know within yourself. You're going to know it because it is you. But you're going to know it at such a deep level. You don't need to speak it. There's something about helping others to get to that point. Is that what part of the journey is that you're working on? It's helping others get to the point of their own self-realization, their own recognition of the unspeakable, and their part in that, because they are it experiencing itself in little tiny incremental parts, right? I see. Fantastic. You don't need to... Interesting. Seven of Swords. Now I pulled this, and interestingly, whilst I was pulling it, I was thinking I don't need to pull this card, but I did, and now I have. I need to read it. Where's the... Because I love this book because it has little This one, yes. No, it's not this one. What's the other one? That one's got poems. I like little poems. Seven of Swords. I'm at the page. Lies, trickery, scheming, strategy, resourcefulness, sneakiness, and cunning. Ew. You may feel the urge to run away, but you should not take up defensive positions. Do not become an enemy to yourself. You need to show diplomacy, dexterity, and flexibility. Only then can you easily cope with opposition and achieve your goals. This is in relation to this, right? This is in relation to not wanting to let go of the motivation, because it's still there. It's still required. I say that in inverted commas. It's still prevalent. Still playing on the mind. Defensive. I don't think it's lies and I don't see the lies and deception. I see inflexibility, defensiveness, becoming an enemy to yourself, becoming the stopper of the journey. because you can't let go of the reasons, because they're still there, they're still motivating, but they are starting to pull you back, pull you back. Let go. Let go of your reasons. They got you here. They got you to this point. They got you to this realization, this energy, this accumulation of purpose. And that's giving you motivation, yes. But now the purpose is new, it's different, and it's not related to the reason why anymore, because the reason is human. It's a human reason. We are human, obviously, but it's in the past. The reason's there. It got you here. But this journey needs to be conducted independently of previous motivation. Two of Cups on the bottom. Balance, harmony. Balance, harmony, balance. This feels difficult, but I think it's possible. I think it's doable, right? It's that was my chair, by the way. I wasn't farting. Is there anything else for group 2 that they need to take from this? Okay, yes. 7 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and 5 of Swords. Definite change coming in. I just got the image of, I know this is not the meaning of the card, but I just got an image of him releasing the arrow. And when the arrow is released, that's when the change comes in. It's like, boom, done. Because it's abundant and it's full of joy, musical joy and choice, and there's different sounds, different options. But they all lead to the same thing. They're all intuitively aligned to the ultimate goal. But it feels like it needs to be released. The arrow needs to be released. The past needs to be released for the change to come in. No guidance on how to do that, but, you know, that's part of the internal journey. And only you know how to do that for yourself. And you're doing the work. You've got the awareness, you've got the understanding. You're talking to yourself. Departing the mind. Going beyond the mind. Go beyond the mind. Go beyond the mind. Go beyond the reasons why. The reasons got you here. Move into the next part of the journey. Move into it. Release the reasons. Go beyond them. Move forward. Group 2, I've got nothing else to say on it. If that is at all helpful, I'm very glad. I'm going to move into group 3 now. Bum, 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 bum. I do think this was a very powerful reading, actually. Being rebellious, rebellion. And actually, I really don't think you needed to know this. I think it was something you were just like, yeah, I know. It's fine, it's good. awesome, because actually we don't always need other people to point things out to us and tell us, how to suck eggs and stuff like that. We've got our own minds, we've got our own understanding of things, and sometimes we just need a reminder of the one thing that we may have missed. And I think the one thing you may have missed is holding on to the reasons that we do things can be a thing that stops us from moving forward into those things, because they become the stopper. Anyway, group 3. You chose Pisces, intuition. I just realised I didn't read the other card at all, rebellion. Oh well, didn't need to. But I feel like I need to read intuition. Although we all know what it is. You don't need to read. You don't need to watch this, by the way. That is the title of this video. You don't need to know this. So, you know the feeling, the pit in your stomach when something isn't right, or that aha moment when everything clicks. It's that inner voice that speaks to you all the time, sometimes louder than others. But even when it's quiet, it's always there, telling you to go for something or telling you to proceed with caution. It's instinctual. When you know, you just know. Oftentimes without any way to make sense of it. Our intuition is there for a reason, and we can all tap into it. Pisces is a sign that is strongly associated with intuition. A water sign ruled by Jupiter and represented by fishes swimming in the opposite direction. Pisces individuals are famous for their strong connection to their inner voice. It's a gift of theirs, but intuition is something that we all have the ability to strengthen. Our intuition taps in before we have a chance to overthink things. So letting your intuition be your guide means you're letting yourself be your guide, which can empower you to have more control over all areas of your life. Yeah, a very similar message to the other two, as per usual, really. Yeah, I'm being called to the tarot first on this one. Let's clear the energy from the other two readings. Blimey. Oh my goodness. I'm using what's this deck called? Wild Reflections. Oh blimey. Let's see. Jumping. And then I'm jumping for group 3, intuition. You don't need to know this. What is this? What is this message for this group, please? Okay. Let's get this card first. Oh, the Lovers. Oh, the Lovers and a bunch of flowers. 4 of Pentacles. Use your intuition to find your partner. Is that really it? I have never done a love reading in my life. So this is interesting. Oh, the Magician. Powerful. Oh, they are literally jumping out of the deck. Okay. Ace of Cups. 10 of Wands. And 8 of Cups. And we have the Magician at the head of the family. the first card in the Major Arcana. Intuition, 8 of Cups. The Lovers. I am going to need to read up on some of these. 10 of Wands is calling out to me. If I can find it. Burden, responsibility, duty, stress, obligation, burnout, struggle, completion, relief. Interesting. All these other cards feel like really positive. But I mean, obviously, this is coming to an end, right? This burnout. This is coming to an end. This is the relief at the end of all of that crappiness. The farmer in the image is determined and steadfast, even though he is struggling. Doesn't look like he's struggling, does he? This shows that you are a strong and capable person, even when you are feeling overwhelmed. The Ten of Wands can also be a reminder to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. 8 of Cups. It's not. I don't know why I'm struggling with defining these cards for myself. No, it's the 8 of Cups. Abandonment, walking away, letting go, searching for truth, leaving behind. Okay, that's why. That's why I was completely. That is not what I don't know what I got from that. I think that's why I needed to read it. I didn't understand this card at all. It feels like being overwhelmed. There's a way forward. It's coming to an end, and the ending includes walking away. The 8 of Cups card represents living in alignment with our truth and instincts and walking away from disappointing situations. Hi. My sister's cat is meowing at me. You alright? What? Do you want some biscuits? She never... Funny little button. Are you trapped? Is it? The door's open. You just need to pull. Okay. Sorry about this. You came into my room and then the door slightly closed. There we go. She's a funny little button, that one. Anyway. So, feeling overwhelmed, struggling with an abundance of responsibility, and really finding it difficult, pushing through because being strong, but then coming to an end and finding that the best way forward is actually to walk away, is to release all the struggle, all the overwhelm, let it go by simply moving on. Door is so creaky, it's unreal. Let's look at the 4 of Pentacles then. Possessiveness, insecurity, hoarding, stingingness, stability, stingingness. What? Stingingness. Stability, security, savings, materialism, wealth, frugality, boundaries, and guardedness. Ew. So this is holding on super tight to stuff because of material. It's the material world. It's the material stuff that we want to keep and guard and make sure it's safe and that we can keep. So this is part of it, right? We're struggling, we're overwhelmed to keep struggling forwards because of this need to keep the tangible, to keep safe, to keep security, to keep all the stuff that we've accumulated over time, and to make sure we can keep replenishing it. But this is saying the best way forward is to let go. Let it go. Let go. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ace of Cups. Love, new feelings, emotional awakening, creativity, spirituality, intuition. This is like an underlying principle. This is underlying this. I need to put these cards like this, really. Because this is the story. This is it, isn't it? We've got the struggle. We've got the determination to keep moving forward. The constant need to maintain the wealth, hold on to it, to keep that safety structure of the stability and the money coming in. I'm feeling like this is a job that needs to be retained because there's the fear of it's like that anyways. It's like staying in a situation because you don't want to move into a situation that's unknown and has uncertainty, and therefore is a scary prospect because it could lead to a loss of funds, a loss of things. But this is saying to move on, to let go, to use your intuition, to listen to your intuition. For God's sake, listen to your bloody intuition. I'm saying that because I'm relating to this big time styly. I mean, super. I mean, the Lovers card is the Magician, obviously, willpower, desire, being resourceful, skilled. You have the ability, concentration, manifestation. So, walk away. And you have the Magician here saying it's going to be okay. And the Lovers is saying you're not on your own, right? You're not on your own. But there is a need to walk away, and the intuition is saying, and has been saying it for a while, walk away. Yeah, leave things behind. Six of Swords. Move on. Because it's the only way you're going to be happy. Good grief. Move on. Quickly. Let's just see what happens when I pull. Oh. And see. You get an abundance of six. An abundance of wealth. And then you get celebration. And then you get... Oh. That's not great, is it? Ten of Swords. You get all sort of shot by arrows. Ew. It's difficult. It's a hard decision because you don't really know what the outcome is going to be, right? It's but your intuition is telling you to do it. Your intuition is saying that you need to let go of the struggle. You need to let go of the overwhelm. You need to move on from it. You may feel like that threatens your stability and ability to look after yourself and blah blah blah. But There is power in this, there is manifestation in this, there is trust, there is connection, there is intuition. Your intuition is telling you it's okay. Obviously, you do what you feel safe doing. Always. Don't well, Kate told me I should leave my job and then you're screwed. Do the thing that feels and that your intuition is telling you to do. Okay? And do that in connection with the whole self, with the memory of who you are, so that you can find a way forward, and then you won't stagnate into an inability to trust yourself or move into a healing way forward. With those words, we are going to use the Healing Spirits Oracle. Oh, blimey. Okay. They fell out. Heal yourself to heal the world. Carry the torch for others to see. Wake up the world. Right. Those just fell out. I think they were just at the top, so I just thought it was interesting. They fell out when I opened the box. Let's see. For group 3, is there any further guidance on this? Something they really don't need to know. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay, that's the second time I've seen that card. Lost but never alone. Lost but never alone. Does this feels like loss? It feels like being lost. It feels like being out of control. It feels like not knowing the way forward or understanding the way that could be taken or what could happen next. It's fearful. It's stressful. It's conducive of not being safe. It feels like danger. Being lost. Lost in the woods. But you're not alone. You're not alone. You have your intuition. Your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. Cool. Ask your spirit guide. Ask your spirit guide, because you're not alone. You're never alone. Your intuition is your inner self talking to you. It's showing you the way. Allow it to show you the way. Show you the way forward. You've been stressed. There's been overwhelm. There's been struggle. There's been difficulty. It's been hard. And you've been trying to get through it because you're strong. Strong and determined. Which are admirable traits. But it means that you are now probably going through some form of exhaustion with the whole thing. But you're near the end. And the end could include letting go and could include moving forward into a new existence by simply walking away. But you're not alone when you walk away. You're not alone because you have other people around you. You have your inner guidance system. It might feel bumpy. It's been bumpy up to this point. It's been more than bumpy because it's been so difficult and hard. And is the way forward going to be any worse? Could it be better? Would you be allowing yourself to move into a new reality, a new understanding of self, a new ability to find happiness somewhere else, doing something else, being someone else? Okay, there's nothing else that wants to come out. I think that might be it, group 3. check with the tarot, which should be flying. So let's see if they carry it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Balance. That's clear balance. That is, isn't it? Find balance. There's a balanced way forward. If there is an option to move forwards and walk away, that means that you still have an income and a way to support yourself and where you are safe, then go for it. If the way forward doesn't include those things, then there is another way forward that could include finding balance within the situation that you're in, learning to say no, because there's no weakness in saying no. This is someone that's very strong, determined to move forward, to get things done. There's struggle, there's overwhelm, it's a lot of work. But there's a major fear factor here, a major fear factor. There's a need to move on. I think there's an internal need to move on, big time styly, because there's this repeated message about moving on. Okay. Shut up. I'm literally just thinking the perfect thing now to prove that you should move on would be for me to pull the Chariot card. I didn't say it out loud, obviously. But that is the perfect thing, isn't it? I mean, it just said there's signs to move on all over the place, and what do you get? You get the Chariot card. Things are changing. Things are moving on. Even a bike. She's on a bloody bike. She's moving on herself. She's in balance. She is in balance, but she is moving. She is shifting. Yeah. Anyway, that seems to be the message. I don't think you needed to hear this because you knew this already, but maybe there was an element of needing someone to confirm it. I don't know. But you didn't need to see this because you already knew it. So, listen to yourself, listen to your intuition. You have intuition. You have intuition for a reason. Everybody has it, but you have the ability to hear it. You have the ability to notice it. You are aware of it. You can... It's right there. Yeah. That's it, guys. That is group 3. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was not at all helpful because you're not supposed to have watched this, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.